Witam wszystkich ponownie w Shadow of the Tomb Raider i jesteśmy w misji Świętego Jana, o ile dobrze pamiętam nazwę. I cóż, tutaj teoretycznie możemy się wrócić, ale to zrobimy później. Na razie jeszcze pozwiedzajmy troszeczkę terenu, bo może to... O właśnie! Może tu coś być... coś bardzo ciekawego. Lama! Chwileczkę, jeśli dobrze widziałem, to tutaj coś jeszcze było. Tak, drewien. Daj mi drewien. Aha, tutaj nie mogę używać broni, dobra. Czy tu jeszcze coś? Chyba nie.
Now, this is a fascinating concept. The Miracle Club. Come meet people that share your beliefs, devotion, and taste for adventure. Create lifelong memories as you travel the world together. It's a Christian singles group dedicated to visiting pilgrimage sites.
No! Każdy ma swoje upodobania. Leczkę. O! Flaga, flaga, flaga. Jeszcze dwie. Co my tu mamy?
This is an official document issued recently by the Holy See. In consideration of this mission having been badly damaged by an unusually violent and entirely unexpected volcanic tremor, they sent requests to every Spanish-speaking diocese, asking them to consider sending missionaries to restore and rebuild this holy site.
Leczkę. To się robi tak, 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 tak. Ej! Nie wygram przez ciebie. O Boże. Okej, czy tutaj w ogóle można wejść? Nie, nie można. Coś tu jeszcze jest? Na razie zwiedzamy sobie grzecznie, ładnie okolice.
This document describes the founding of the mission. There were 4 solar eclipses in this region around that time, in 1521, 1538, 1539, and 1543. Spanish missionaries reported that during each one, a vision of John the Apostle appeared on this site. So in his honor, the mission of St. John was built here in 1544.
Dobra, na razie ciekawostki historyczne. Co... O, Johna, hello. Jeszcze tutaj chciałbym odwiedzić. Mogę? Hello.
30th of December 1603. Lopez has just returned from a nearby village, and with him came a group he says will follow him and help us with construction. There was something strange about his behavior. I attributed it to the long journey through the jungle. That night, however, he admitted what had been bothering him. They followed me, he whispered. The others. He walked off. I spent that sleepless night worrying about his deviations toward madness.
I co my tu mamy? Sekrety! Sekrety, sekrety, sekrety. O! Że daleko. Lara, proszę cię, umiej biegać. Bieganie dobra rzecz. Okej, tu już wracamy. Chociaż chwileczkę, dajcie mi chwilę. O, tu jeszcze coś wygląda... Obóz. Mamy tylko jednego pedyka, to może nie. Prohibito El Paso, czyli możemy przejść, ale spokojnie. Map! 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 Pokaż mi map! A. Czyli muszę się wrócić. Ojoj. Ojoj. Dużo tego. I tu jeszcze są notatki.
18th of December, 1604. I've neglected this journal for far too long. We've worked hard to build the mission. Every day more people arrive. Native villagers seeking conversion, soldiers tired of war, others whose faith has been tested by the long, dangerous journey through the jungle, all lured by Lopez's gospel of purity through labor. We work from sunrise to sunset, and then Lopez, or Angel de la Cruz as he now calls himself, spends his evening preaching the mission's purpose, to test the chosen one. He's calmed considerably, and if he believes something pursues him still, he keeps it to himself. Tomorrow we begin to build a library, where the box will safely rest until it is ready to be found by the chosen one.
I am the chosen one. Okej, tu już nic nie ma, więc możemy... Korci mnie, żeby iść tu. Ale... Pewnie jeszcze tutaj zawędrujemy. Więc spokojnie. Pytanie jednak... Którą misję najpierw zrobić? Główną czy poboczną? Oraz mamy tu jeszcze dwie flagi do wzniesienia. To gdzie one są? Dobra, na razie idziemy do Johna.
So there's a crypt around here somewhere?
A secret crypt.
Why secret? If Lopez is involved, there's bound to be a trick.
That's a solid theory. What about you? Did you find anything?
I got a pamphlet. 7 steps closer to God.
Who knows? Maybe it'll help. Strange there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified and finally entombed.
O! Dobra, idziemy. No, troszeczkę zdewastowany.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
O! Okej, to jest deszczówkowa. Misja poboczna? Nie, to jest facet, z którym mieliśmy porozmawiać. Łoteł!
These collars were used abroad in Nostromo, likely ferrying the captured indigenous people back to Spain to be sold as slaves.
Nostromo i obcy tu był. No, wiem, że o to ci chodzi. No. Jestem pewien, że chodzi ci o napis. No błagam. No. Chyba, że coś od środka? Nie.
I wonder how it ended up here.
Serio? Ja myślałem, że... Nieważne. Dobra, pokaż mi nowe sekrety. I monolit. Dobra, teraz tu. Ej. Roślinność, nie przeszkadzaj. Gdzieś tu był. O, jesteś. Ja cię potrzebuję aż 3 do jednej strzały.
Can't carry anymore.
Calling me a witch? Imagine.
I'm sorry?
I'm a herbalist, a shamefully unrecognized branch of medical science. And that child's grandmother was a dowser. The things people ignore that are right in front of their noses.
Some people are afraid to believe in what they can't understand.
Ha! You sound like Isa.
Isabella, the archaeologist. You know her.
A smart girl, a good researcher, and unafraid to admit there are things she doesn't know. She's the one who broke the cross, by climbing on it. I don't know what was in her head. I tried to stop her, but she was very upset about something, angry and full of grief at the same time.
Do you know where she is now? I'm looking for her.
I don't know. After the cross broke, she ran away, but I didn't see which direction. In the state she was in, I knew better than to try to interfere with her. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You've given me more information than I had. Do you need some help with this cross?
I do. But first we have to get those children out of the way. It isn't safe for them to be running around while we work. That blind trickster filled their heads with tales of treasure, and they think I mean to steal it.
I'll talk to them.
Hey, get away from here. It's our treasure.
It's getting quite late. How about postponing the hunt until tomorrow?
No, we're not leaving till we find it.
We'll sleep here if we have to.
Oh, I hope it doesn't come to that. Is there anything I can do to help?
No, we told you. You're not getting our treasure. Manu said if we find it, we can keep it.
That's a shame. The sisters told me you were very good at sharing, and I do know a lot about treasure hunting.
You know the sisters?
She could tell on us.
I won't tell if you won't tell. I have a secret too. I'm the brave adventurer Lara Croft.
Whoa. We won't tell. You can help us. If you find the treasure, we'll split it, even.
You've got a deal. What do you need?
Manu told us we need to solve a riddle to find the treasure.
Wiesz.
Are you any good at riddles?
I'm an expert. Let's hear it.
I want you to take my supply.
I'm nourished when the heavens cry.
If I get sick, a village dies.
Who am I?
A,
You must do something to get those children out from underfoot.
nie jestem pewien.
You figure out the riddle yet?
Hijo de nuestra amada Virgen.
Ja czekam, może siostra będzie wiedziała.
Someone once
Wow.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right? Jonah, I feel something. We're getting close. Let's look around for signs of Lopez.
No.
And under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings. And under his wings you may seek refuge.
These notes were written by the founders of Sector 7. They're talking about funds allocated for renovations to the library.
A heron and an eclipse. "25th of December, 1603. It has been 4 days since we turned away from the city. We travelled in silence and in circles, guided by a confusion of grief, relief, and celebration. Lopez and I exited the jungle and landed in a clearing, under the gaze of several faces carved into the side of the mountain. Lopez had an episode, as he later called it. He threw himself in front of the faces and screamed for forgiveness. The heaviest sin on his heart was abandoning Perez to the strange warriors. They had grown close over the journey. Try as I might, I could not console him, so I built a fire and waited, as he decreed his actions and pleaded for forgiveness from the silent stone faces.
Facet cierpiał. I to mocno. Wieczkę. Co tu jeszcze mamy? Tam... O! Duża zniszczona ściana. Może by tak najpierw na górę. O! No, podejdź.
26th of December, 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. "This is where we were meant to be," he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. "We will spread the true word of God from this small mission," he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. "We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box."
Facet miał kota. I to równo. O!
"Jonah, this book describes a stranger's arrival at the mission. He founded the sect of 7. Maybe that was Lopez."
Like on the pamphlet. We must be getting close. We should keep looking.
O! Jurek.
John, son of Zebedee, one of Jesus' apostles, also called the beloved disciple. He and his brother James were known for their impetuousness and temper, which prompted Christ to start calling them Boanerges, sons of thunder. John is credited with writing 5 books of the New Testament, the Gospel of John, the 3 epistles of John, and the Book of Revelation. He's the patron saint of love and loyalty, as well as writers, publishers, and scholars. One of his symbols is a serpent in a cup, which is linked to his patronage of victims of poisoning and burns.
Dużo tu jest tych artefaktów. Czekaj, tutaj coś jest? Ten wzrok strasznie długo się ładuje. O, jest tego trochę. Dobra, coś tu jeszcze jest? Chyba nie.
The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. Jonah, those 2 Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge.
What does it mean?
That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse.
To tam, ale chcę jeszcze pozwiedzać. Spokojnie, Laro.
This roughly drawn sketch shows St. John repelling a demon attack. Perhaps they plan to have this as one of the frescoes in the mission. Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the three of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, De La Cruz had recruited a workforce of 36. They have prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother De La Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well.
Ludzie, zacznijcie bardziej wierzyć w siebie. Dobra. Tutaj nic, tutaj.
Tardaremos eternidades.
Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died, more will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way.
¿Cuántos años?
Un paso a la... Un día a la vez.
Como si tuviéramos elección.
To jeszcze na dole, dobra. Lara! Okej.
The others are worried that brothers De La Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above and bless our continued labors. The door closed and a silence settled, so great and so vast I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. I found it, he whispered in my ear, and releasing me, he wandered through this room. Walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar and watched as he lifted a silver box from it.
Wtedy znalazł skrzynkę. Dobrze, chyba jeszcze nam... Chwileczkę. Wrota piekieł? Wow.
This cross, it looks like it's from the 17th century.
Tylko tyle? Dobra, coś tu jeszcze jest? Chyba nic? Dobra. Czyli czapla.
There's a whole mural under here.
I znowu niszczymy.
Veracruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere.
Tadam! Ja widzę nawet ten krzyż już znaleziony.
When we
Jestem po
find the
prostu tak
box, how do we get the
epicki.
key back from Dominguez?
We'll find a way.
No. Co z tym krzyżem?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this.
O! Sprytne!
That actually worked.
Bardzo sprytne.
Looks like a long way down. Let's see where this leads.
Byle nie do śmierci. Dużo tutaj rozwalonych rzeczy. Stara kopalnia? Stary szyb? Lara, ty wiesz, że masz linkę. Wow. O, come on! Facet.
Station 2. Jesus falls the first time.
Nice.
There's an
Have
inscription
to
here.
use the light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
Dum lucem habitis.
Walk while you have the light.
Okej, czyli musimy zrobić...
Have to use the light beam to
Tak,
follow
tak,
the
widzę,
stations
widzę,
of the
ale
cross.
sprawdzam jeszcze, czy... No. Teraz tak, robimy... Sru. Jeszcze kawałek, jeszcze kawałek, jeszcze kawałek, jeszcze kawałek. O,
That did it.
tam coś? Jest tam coś? Nic nie widzę. Ile
I wouldn't
krzyży!
want to be buried in here. My head tossed behind a cross somewhere.
No to jest lekki przesadyzm, ale niech będzie.
Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you,
Sounds like a hint.
or a threat.
No. Innymi słowy, jeśli
Looks
ciemność...
like the Virgin Mary.
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.
The mirror looks dusty.
Nie ma nic? Okej. Sprawdźmy, co tu jest.
We need to get the light to point the way.
Ila, najpierw... Nic? Serio? O. Okej. To wracamy do posiągu. No. Johnach.
I'll give you a boost. Hey, it worked. The light leads this way.
Dobrze, i teraz gdzie? Oh shit.
What happened to these people?
It looks like the light activated something.
Laura! Are you alright? You're lucky it was a little rusted.
This must be Station 4.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at these frescoes.
Ululul.
Have to use the light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
Chwileczkę. Jak to było? Nie. Nie znajdź ukryty skarb. Wrota piekieł. Gdzie to było? Ulotka. Misjonarz? Nie. Droga gwiazd? Nie. Oh, come on!
Within lies Rally Rimmel, friend.
Nie. Powrót do domu. Ile... Oh, come on. Ta ulotka.
Have to use a light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
These people look like they were tortured, hung up in the ceiling.
I don't think this was just a crypt. Have to push the crossbar.
Jeszcze dalej. Dziękuję, Laro, że mi podpowiadasz. Nie w tą stronę. Nie, drugą.
Have to use a light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
Chwileczkę. Dotykam matkę. Kurde.
Have to use a light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
A która to była stacja? Ta chyba nie. Chwila.
You sure that's the right one?
No właśnie nie. To było na pierwszej. To była chyba zła.
Have to push the crossbar.
Tak. To jest chyba dobre. Oh, man.
Station 5. Jesus falls a second time.
No i upadliśmy. Wow, to jest nekropolia. Jak on to zbudował?
Laura, is that what I think it is?
The stations of the cross again.
But with mummies. Isn't this sacrilegious?
Not necessarily. They could have been paying the ultimate homage.
Or they were just sick?
This must be Station 6.
Dobrze, jesteśmy przy stacji 6 i to jest też moment, w którym zakończymy. To też ja bardzo dziękuję wszystkim za oglądanie. Jeśli materiał się spodobał, poproszę zostawić lajka. Jeśli macie jakieś pytanie bądź sugestie, z radością przeczytam je wszystkie w komentarzu. Ja ze swojej strony jeszcze raz dziękuję, życzę miłego dnia, jak i do zobaczenia.